Hi there, Coach Ramona here from America's Course Cleveland, and today I'd like to talk to you about mental strength. What we're going through as a global community right now takes a lot of mental strength. Anytime things seem impossible, this is when we really need to dig deep and find our resilience. So, I wanted to share with you an idea that was talked about in the Scores Coaches Summit over the last 2 weeks from a gentleman called Mike Singleton, who is a professor at Washington and Lee University and also their coach. He started talking about the idea of using imagery to find manageable and logical solutions to problems that we face often. So he was talking about things in terms of a soccer field. So situations that we face most often might be the opponent goalkeeper has the ball, or a kickoff, or we have a throw in. And what he suggested is making tree trunks, a visual representation that each tree trunk is one of the situations that he'd come up with often. And the next step would be to add branches or arms to those tree trunks, and those represent your options of action, what you do in each of those situations. So I was thinking that with us dealing with COVID-19 right now and being separated from our normal daily lives and sometimes from loved ones and friends, that we could use that same idea to try and tackle some of the situations that you might face on a day to day basis. So I've made 3 trees and I've chosen 3 situations that I think that maybe a lot of us are encountering on a day to day basis. I've chosen boredom, hunger, and frustration. So each one of these tree trunks then has a few arms coming off of it. And from on there, we're going to talk about what our possible options are. So it's important that you recognize that sometimes there are negative actions that you can take, and we try and work away from those, but we need to acknowledge them in some way. So boredom might lead you to read, which is really great, or to play a game or to sit and ask somebody a question and get to know something about them that maybe you didn't know before this all this extra time you have on your hands. Now, hunger is another thing that you might encounter or that you'll definitely encounter on a day-to-day basis. And we've talked a lot about health and nutrition. So there are healthy snacks like an apple, which would be a great thing to have at this time to do more than just satisfy your hunger, but do something for your body as well. And then there's choices that aren't as healthy, but might bring you satisfaction in that moment. Something like chips. But hopefully, your tree, in order to be healthy and thrive, will have more good food on there than bad. And the other one that I've just happened to choose, and I'd encourage you to choose what your situations are on a day to day basis, is frustration. So, lots of different tactics that you'll get told in your life. It might be counting from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1, maybe taking deep breaths just to help calm yourself down and bring you back to the moment before you say something or do something that you didn't really mean. So, this is a very, very basic um, start to this huge idea. But what I would encourage you to do is to make your own. Have a visual representation. So I've done mine on a dry erase board, but make it into an art project. Create those tree trunks. What are your situations that you're facing on a day to day basis? And start with soccer, because maybe your thing that you're feeling is being ready for a game. So that's a situation that you face every week. So what can you do to be prepared for that? Packing the bag night before, whatever it is. So think about what your tree trunks might be. And then think about those options of action that you take afterwards. And some of them are positive and some of them are going to be negative. And we acknowledge that and we try and work through it. But then refer to it. Use that as a way to get through this problem quicker next time. Because ideally, we make these representations and then you're able to do it quicker. As Mike Singleton puts it, in real time, that the situation comes up and you know your options and you can do it and you're not even thinking about it that hard. So, this is just one way that we can connect our minds to the game that we love, to our lives, because it is all connected and making us happy, whole people. So, try making your own, use it when you need it, be truthful, and see if it makes a difference for you. Remember, mental strength and resiliency is how we're going to get through this tough time. So be safe, have fun, stay well, and give this a try. Thanks.